The Spousal Lifetime Access Trust allows someone to set aside assets for the benefit of their spouse and to do it in such a way that that trust qualifies for all the gift and estate tax exemptions that an owner might need. Here's really what it means. Let's say that a client has $5 million worth of assets. They can take that $5 million worth of assets, place it into a trust for their spouse, and if that asset grows to, say, $10 million during the spouse's lifetime, that $5 million worth of growth is not subject to estate taxes at death. So it's a really good way to provide for a family and to take advantage of available estate tax exemptions. So a SLAT is a really great tool to preserve wealth across generations for a couple of reasons. Number one, we are preserving assets and taking them off of the IRS estate tax table. That on its face means more wealth transferred to the next generation. But one of the things that my clients do with some regularity, in fact, more often than not in this context, is they will set up the trust for when they die to pass to their children or grandchildren also in trust, meaning that those assets are fully protected for their kids or their grandkids, protected from things like divorce, things like lawsuits or medical bankruptcy. All of these things that could potentially threaten wealth, we take them off of the table when planning for children or grandchildren. And beyond that, we can structure those trusts, we call them subtrusts, we can structure those trusts in such a way that those assets are not included in the kids' taxable estates either, so that when they die, whatever's left over in that trust is not subject to the estate tax a second time, right, for the kids or the grandkids. So it's a really cool strategy to protect wealth from one generation to the next. Is a tool for rock-solid relationships. This is a tool that is really meant to be leveraged by couples who have been in it and will be in it for the duration. But the possibility remains, as we all know, what happens if we get divorced after having a SLAT? If a couple legitimately wants to consider the possibility of a divorce, having a postnuptial agreement when going through SLAT planning probably makes sense, because it allows the couple to say, we are doing this not for gifting purposes, we are not doing this in contemplation of divorce, we are simply doing this as part of our estate planning, and it's not to be considered a gift for purposes of any future dissolution or divorce as it relates to this marriage.